Over a week away now. It's getting real. On Friday, I asked you to do those 4 problems or to try them. If anybody wants me to go in more detail about any of them, let me know. But again, I'm not going to answer them just because you did not even take a look at it yet. Okay, don't waste my time. Don't waste your classmates' time. Ben?
So it's like part B of 33.
Number 33, part B. Let's see what we're working with. Yep. Come on. So when we did part A, it was 4x squared plus 9, 2x minus 3, and 2x plus 3. And it's saying that all these roots are real. Well, if you took these two right now, the 2x minus 3 and the 2x plus 3, you'd get x equals negative 3/2 for this one. You would get x equals positive 3/2 for this one, which are both real. But what happens when you go to this one, which you cannot factor because there's a plus sign in between. If you go to solve that, you got to subtract 9 over and divide by 4. And when you take the square root, what happens when I take the square root of a negative number? What do I end up getting out of it? I, right? I get an I out of this. I end up with plus or minus, I think, 3/2 I. And that is an imaginary root, but she's saying all the roots are real, so that's incorrect. Okay, all the roots are, 2 of them are, but the other 2 aren't. All right. Anything else before we go on to the new exam? Yep. 24. All right. Making 24 pretty simple for everybody. I know it starts out with a yearly equation. Number 24 starts out with a yearly equation, 1.06 to the t, and it's asking which one is the same, but now for weekly. Could care less. Could care less that one's yearly and the other's weekly. I'm plugging in a non-0 or 1 for t, finding out what that's equal to on my calculator, plugging that same number in for t into my multiple choices, see which one's equal. Done. Okay, I'm not going to make it any more complicated than that, trying to take 1.06 into a new rate there. I'm not going to do that. All right, so plug a non-0 1 in for t, plug that same non-0 1 in for t downstairs here, find which multiple choice is equal to the original. We're good to go. Store, store, store. Anything else here? We're good? Okay, here's what you need right now. I forewarned you on Friday that we were going to be doing a non-paper copy. If you wanted to print out your own copy, you guys should be going to January 2019 on Aspen right now, opening up that exam for me, please. January 2019 on Aspen. Look next to somebody if you don't have your Chromebook or it's not even charged. Find somewhere where you're going to do the work as well, please. January 2019. Okay. Don't open the answer key one. Open up the PDF file at the bottom of the folder. January 2019. Make sure you know, if you're writing it on a sheet of paper, you know where this is going to be. This is the same exam kids took last year that took this class. Okay, same exam they took last year. Had 39 out of 40 pass. I'll wait till everybody gets this exam up here. While people are getting the exam up, Thursday is going to be your review quiz. Thursday in class. I have ready. Here's how it's going to work. There will be 20 questions on it. all multiple choice. You have to required to answer 15 of them. So it's out of 30 points, 2 points apiece. Anything you answer and get correct past there is just bonus. All right, so if you want to answer all 20 of them, go ahead, but you have to answer 15 out of the 20, 2 points apiece. All right, they're all Regents questions, all multiple choice. What I need to know from you guys tomorrow, as soon as class starts, is you're going to take it by yourself or randomly choosing somebody to take with you. Okay?
Questions from like ones that we've gone over?
No, these are ones you do not have access to. These are ones you do not have access to. All right, so you guys got to start thinking to yourself, because everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's taking it by themselves or with a random person, and that'll be chosen. Okay, so you got to decide what you want to do tomorrow. Okay, let's get the exam up. Just looking at screens here, making sure we're ready. We're going to start with number 2 if you guys want to read through that one. Which one do I move to the left? 5 units. Which equation has nothing to do with logs? Just if you remember how to move something to the left, right, up and down, what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to get going here because I got more problems to do. All right, guys. If you're moving an equation left or right, does it go inside or outside the parenthesis? Nice job. Goes inside. So 2 and 4 are out. Do you remember what the sign has to be if you want to go left? It's got to be the opposite. I know you think negative, but if you're going left, it's got to be the opposite. So +5, yes. So we are doing choice 1 here. What's choice 2 doing? What's choice 2 doing in the graph? Up 5. What's choice 3 doing? Right 5, and choice 4? Down 5. Worst comes to worst. Can you graph them? Now, here's what I'm just going to stop for a second. Do you know how to get that log button on your calculator? Okay, so if you wanted to do log base 3 of x, I believe the easiest way to go is alpha window. Yep, there it is. I can go, I don't know, you guys, I can go alpha window, and it's choice 5. And I can graph that. I can put whatever I want in those 2 spots. Okay, so alpha window if you need your log button. Good? All right, that was an easy one. Number 4. I'll let you read through number 4. All right, so here's what it's telling me. 121 for my first bounce. Do I know what the second bounce is? Nope. I know the third bounce is 64. Do I know what the fourth bounce is? Nope. And I'm trying to find what the fifth bounce is. What type of sequence is this? Okay, that's huge. What do you do with the terms in geometric? Multiply. Yes, we're going to multiply. So what do I multiply 121 by to get to the next one, to get to 64 all the way to the fifth? So this problem comes down to, what are you multiplying by? All right, what am I multiplying by? Crap, this is a tough one because I don't know if guess and check is going to work here. Hold on. And I always say try to eliminate answers. Guys, I know it's going to be less than 64. All those answers are less than 64, and they're pretty darn close. We're stuck here. It's not like I can plug a number in, can't eliminate answers. I actually have to know how to do this one.
Oh, well.
All right, yeah. Geometric sequence. You got 2 formulas on your formula sheet that will be given to you. So grab a paper copy right now of an exam that you have near you. Grab a paper copy of an exam you have near you. Go to the back and grab the formula sheet. Look at the formula sheet in the back. The actual formula sheet. Grab a paper copy of an exam. Go to the back. Look at the formula sheet. How many formulas do you have for geometric? 2. One's called series. That's if I'm going to do what? We did this last week. Add them all up. I don't want that here. I'm just finding what the fifth term is. So everyone see the one I'm going to need here? Where it says geometric sequence. What do you guys have? A sub n equals A1 R to the n minus 1. All right. You guys just told me, hey, if you knew what you were multiplying by, this problem becomes very easy. Out of this equation, what's the variable that represents the number you're multiplying by? R. It's called the common ratio. All right. So if I knew the R value, this problem becomes very easy. So that's what I'm going to use this equation for. Plug in everything but R. Okay. Plug in everything but R. Ready to go? AN. That's any term I know but the first, because I'm going to plug the first in a second. Okay. Everyone agree. 64 is a term I know. That's not the first. Equals. What is the first? 121 times that R value, which I'm trying to solve for. N, how many terms are in my sequence? Be careful here. Remember what we did? We did this a lot. I tried to emphasize it. Whatever number you put here, what term is that in the sequence? That is so that's my N value. Whatever term that is in the sequence. Minus 1. Okay, I need your help. Getting that R by itself. So let me just simplify the 3 minus 1. Make us feel warm inside. Your move. Oh, hey, how we doing? Divide by 121. I'll do that along with you guys. Keep using your calculator. Don't stare at us here. 64 divided by 121. Oh, yikes. How about that, huh? Okay, great. That's going to, R squared is equal to that decimal we all have in our calculator right now. What do you want to do now? Kind of get R by itself, take the square root. All right, I'll do that with you guys. Take the square root of that sloppy decimal. Oh, another sloppy decimal, huh? No. Try to turn it into a fraction if you can, right? Anybody remember how I tried to turn it into a fraction? Help me on the calc. Help me. Math, frac. Does it? Does it? Darn right it does. 8/11ths. No? Well, yeah, nobody didn't. Some of your calculators didn't change it.
It just spat the decimal out. Yeah,
That's it. 0.7. It just said 0.72. Okay, that's fine. It's no big deal. You guys can still manage. So now you guys know the R value, whether it be that decimal or the 8/11ths I have, it doesn't matter. All right, what do you do in the 121? I got to get to the fifth term. What do you do in the, or 64? We can start at 64. 64 times that R value you just got. Times the R value again, right? We're just going to keep multiplying by that R value. And the fifth term should end up being to the nearest centimeter. Everyone can round no matter what you use, 8/11ths or the decimal. Nearest centimeter. 34. Let me know if we're not getting that in the calculator, whether you're using the decimal or 8/11ths. Anything? So that means, I'm assuming that's a yes. I can get 34 out of my calculator here. We're good? Okay, I'm moving on. All right, you're taking over this one. 9. You're taking over. Which represents a quadratic that has imaginary roots. Can you guys eliminate any of those choices right now up there? Okay, let's start with 3. How can I tell if 3 has real roots and not imaginary? It touches what? X-axis. Those are where my roots are. Where it crosses the x-axis, that does cross, so it's got to have real roots there. So 3's out. Oh, bonus! If it just touches, how many times does 3 occur? Twice. So x equals 3, x equals 3. Yep. Anything else you want to eliminate up here? Why 1? How do you know 1 touches the x-axis? That's on the x-axis. Everyone agree? And so is that one. So that's got real roots. Oh boy. What about the next 2? Suggestion? No math. Can we take a look at the graph?
Yep.
Why not? Let's take a look at the graph. Whoa, hold on. I'll even admit I made this mistake. 5th period. In your y equals screen, you're not just typing in 2 times x plus 3 squared. It's got to be equal to. Yeah, you can't type this in and that's it. You got to make it equal to 0. How you moving the 64 over? Okay, everyone, here we go. I'll do it too with you. Go to your y equals screen. What am I looking at? 2 times x plus 3 all squared minus 64. Hey, how about that? Oh, hold on. That was a different one. There we go. Does it cross? Okay. I don't care what the rest looks like. I care less. It crosses the x-axis. It's got real roots. Everybody good? Okay, that's done. So, okay, yes, by process of elimination, it's choice 4. But let's keep talking. Go ahead, graph that for me. Everybody, 2x squared plus 32. Grab your calculator. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so what that means is the graph isn't on the 10 by 10 grid. It's somewhere up, down, left, or right. So just a couple tricks here. Ready? If you want to see exactly where it is, I hit zoom. Nope. It's not even on here. It's choice 0, which says fit. Zoom fit, choice 0. And that will bring you right to where the graph is. Now, what's still the problem?
You don't know the thing.
I'm like, is it touching? Is it not? I got to see more of that, right? Right in that region. I got to see more of that. So how can I see more of it? Zoom in on it. And I start bringing that spider down all the way to the area I need. Sorry it's taken me so long. All right, I want to see about in that area. Is it touching my x-axis at all? Absolutely not. Okay. All right. Questions? Oh, you're not off the hook yet. I'm preparing you for everything. Solve it. First step. Okay. Next step. 32 divided by negative 32 divided by 2. Next step. What happens when you take the square root of a negative number? You get I. That's imaginary. So that's the other way I could do. Ooh, what is that answer there? Nope. I4 and 4i are the same things.
No, they're not.
Thank you. Plus or minus 4i. Yes. Okay. All good. Anything? All right, let's keep trucking. You're going to see this week less time me doing problems, more time you doing them. 12. Formulas not on the formula sheet. Get them out. Formulas not on the formula sheet. Formula is not on the formula sheet. No binder? Oh, which one was that on the PowerPoint? Okay, here we go. This is one you wrote in last week. Suppose events A and B are independent. I forget which box it is. Don't care. Look at it. Look at it. Are independent. What's the formula? What formula does it fall into if two events are independent? A times B will always equal if they are independent, which they are here. Which value did I give you in the problem? What's point 2? A and B. So what I'm asking you to go through your choices and figure out what? When I multiply A and B, what gives me point 2? You got to do that on your own. Staring contest won't do it with me. Okay, you don't have to, don't worry about all the other gibberish. A or B, A given B, doesn't matter. I'm looking for A and I'm looking for B, and when I multiply the two, I better get out point 2 if they're independent. That's all it is, knowing that formula. They're independent. When I multiply them, it equals A and B. And as you go through the choices, when you multiply A and B, which one gives you point 2? Choice 2. Hey, this isn't that bad when I know what the heck's going on. And I know my formulas. Not bad at all. Know how to use my calculator and know my formulas. This isn't that bad of an exam. To get 26 anyway. Stay on that sheet, please. Stay on the sheet. Go to box 7. Box 7, period, amplitude, shifts. And go to number 13 on the exam. Go to 13. Find the A, B, and C value of this cosine curve. Okay. Yep, okay. All right. I'm going to start with the, first of all, go through each part. What's the A value called? Amplitude. B value. Frequency. C value is the up and down shift, vertical. Perfect. Good job. I'm going to start with the toughest one, which is the B value. I have no formula for B. I have no formula for B. But it is part of what formula? Thank you. Period equals 2 pi over that B. So I'm going to need to know what on this graph to solve for B? Period. Anybody remember the definition of period? So I can find the graph. How long it takes to repeat a full cycle. How long on the x-axis before we start repeating again? Look at your curve. Pi, oh, everyone agree? Pi over 3 before it starts repeating again. There it is. There it is. Period's pi over 3. We're solving for B. How do we solve for B? Can we do it? Can we cross multiply? Okay, try it out. Try it out. Cross multiply, solve for B. Getting the B value?
Yes, 6.
6. 6. Good. That's the toughest part. A and C are just formulas now. You can get rid of 2 and 4, right? How do you find the amplitude? 1/2. I know it, and that's why it's on the sheet. Max. Minus min. Good. What's the max? 5 minus Yep. A value is going to be 2. Yep. And I guess you could get the answer from here without doing C, but all right, C. Now on your formula sheet, I called it the D value because I put C inside the parentheses. So you find it by doing 1/2. These two are very similar. Just keep them straight. It's max plus min. So 5 plus 1. And that's where you get your 3 from. Perfect. Yep, choice 1. Formulas, that was it. Formulas. Questions, anything else? Grind away. There it is. Coming back, focus, Directrix. Write the equation. Now, I put this on my screen. I know you don't have graph on yours, but I want to remind you, on your actual exam, where's my copy? Here it is. I want you guys, it may not be in the problem, but you guys will have a scrap sheet of graph paper on the back of your exam. So remember that, okay? Because I always like to graph these types. All right, so I graphed it for you already. Focus, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, there it is. There's the focus. And this is y equals 7 for me. Or you can sketch your own ghetto graph on the problem near the problem, all right? You know, do your old, yep, dot, 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 dot. I don't know how well that'll work, but do what you got to do, all right? Okay, ready? Formula. If you remember it off the top of your head, great. If not, look on your formula sheet. Look on it. Y equals 1 over 4p. Make sure 4p goes in the denominator, all right? Times x minus h all squared plus k. The key to doing these problems, got to know what point. Vertex, got to know the vertex. All right, got to know something about the vertex. All right, you tell me, focus and Directrix, where's the vertex located?
In between them.
Halfway in between. So it looks like I got a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, halfway in between. There it is. I'll call it V. And let's see, that point's going to be -3. Anybody? -3, 5. Yep. Okay, let's work. What number goes in for P? Distance between the focus and the vertex is P. Your P value is 2. Multiply it, you end up with a fraction of 1/8. I hope so. Look at my choices. X and Y are your vertex. H and K are your vertex. So H, K. So it'll be X. What happens when I plug in that -3? Good job. Plus 3, all squared, plus 5. And then we're like, yeah, here we go. I'm rocking with, where am I here? Choice.
Don't do it. Choice 3.
If that's not even a choice. The one I have up there now.
It's going down.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
You're so
I'm just saying right now, usually this thing's got a ton of traps. But I'm talking, I know, all right. What we have written here is not a choice. Usually it would be to suck us in. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm shocked. That's all I'm saying is I'm shocked that this right here, what we just wrote down, is not a choice. Okay? But parabola never crosses the directrix. So is this going to open up or down from the vertex? Down. And what do we talk about on Friday? If it opens down, it's got to have a negative in front. There you go.
Maybe these tests are nice after all.
No. No. Good try, boss. No.
I'm not the boss here.
They want to make you quit before you get to 26. Tap
Nope.
out.
I'm on the road.
Tap out.
We got enough gas. Road 26.
Okay. I'm not doing much every day here now. So I got five problems I want you to try out right now. 5 problems. Same exam we're on. Yep, we're done with the other ones. We're on to January 2019. Better be on math. Better be on math. That first one. Go ahead, go to the first one right there, number 5. Anybody know what we're going to need there to solve that?
Oh, quadratic formula.
Quadratic formula. That is given to you on your formula sheet, FYI. Okay, that is given to you on your formula sheet. Got to be equal to 0 first. Okay, so as you start number 5 using the quadratic formula, it is given to you on your reference sheet.